Welcome in. This is Odd Takes on a beautiful Tuesday. Some would say outside, maybe not so much, but the media gods have blessed us. The content God said, bam, thunder. And there shall be content for you to blast off on. And there shall be bets as well because Champions League comes on right after the show at 2 o'clock. If you're into that kind of thing, I might have a bet or two. And if you're into that type of thing about winning money, maybe you just want to do it in the form of trivia. 281-522-6336. As we get into the show, you're going to have a chance for all of that. I am Jerry Bo at Jerry Bo Sports. But before I get into that, I got to get to my man to the left, the man that makes me sound better than I really even am. He makes everything go round and round in this room, and he makes it just turn on that mic and go, boy. And then here I go. So my man Aaron Rabel's in the house at Aaron this Blitz. What's happening, brother?
Oh, feel like I'm about to break this button over and over again because it's a Tuesday. Used to be information dumps happen on Friday, but Tuesday everybody decides, hey, let's break news. Hey, let's break news. Hey, let's break some more news. Hey, let's break some more news.
I feel like a robot, just
ridiculous.
I feel like it's a 90s movie, and I'm just How are you guys doing, Alex Villanueva? Skinny Money's in the house. Hey, Jefecito, Aggie Milkman. Thank you, everyone, for checking us out today. We appreciate you kicking it with us early. Please make sure you go to all your social medias and share it. Make sure you go to YouTube, even if you're not watching it over there. Just go to YouTube, hit the thumbs up so we can grow over there as well. Shout out. Let me see who we got on YouTube because I always forget who we got over there. Carlos Castillo, like always. Yo, back in the mix today, always holding it down in YouTube. I appreciate that. My man's holding it down one deep. It doesn't matter. He likes the show, and he's got to listen to it on YouTube, so he makes it happen. We appreciate you regardless. 281-522-6336. The phone line's open for you. If you want to hit up the trivia, if you want to get a free bracket, remember, we only have 2 days left. We're only running the show through Wednesday. So today and tomorrow, your last chances to get into the brackets. If you haven't got a bracket at all yet, I'm not even sure. Everyone should have had at least a chance. We did it one where everyone that showed up to Barry's stream got a bracket. So it was that simple. If you don't have a bracket yet, you have 2 days to get a bracket to try to get into this Vegas trip, and we're going to enjoy that. So let's get right into, I know that, hey, what's up, Donna? Hey, what's up, Odd Squad? Seamont's also in the house. All right, so let's get into, when we thought we were waiting for one news, because everyone was waiting for the Rodgers situation, everyone knew that Tuesday was going to be the day. All of a sudden, boom, you get hit with a right uppercut. Boom! Russell Wilson has found a new home. Tell him more about it.
Yep, Adam Schefter tweeted this out just a couple minutes ago. Apparently, negotiations between the Seahawks and the Broncos have been going on for weeks. There were always rumors of this is what they would offer. Hey, if they can get Rodgers, they would like to negotiate. I think this might have been one of the best kept secrets that they were actually negotiating actively for the last several weeks since the season ended. And now, as long as Russell Wilson approves it, because he's got a no trade clause, he's one of those few players that has one, he is headed to Denver. He's going to play at Mile High. And the AFC West just got even more contested because, let's see, that puts us two top-tier elite quarterbacks, one on the cusp of being elite, and then one that, if you put the right stuff around him, he has a chance in Derek Carr. If you put the right coach with him, he has a chance in Derek Carr. The AFC West is a slaughterhouse. It used to... I remember the days of looking at the AFC West and going, one of them has to make an actual playoff appearance because they're guaranteed. What the hell is this? Now, if you're an AFC West team, you've got to be scared to death that every single division game you play, it can go at a coin toss at any moment. So as we haven't got any word yet that Russell Wilson will approve it. I don't doubt he will approve it because, well, who doesn't want to go to Denver? Who doesn't want to go do that kind of thing? Denver is even a better, I don't know if it's a better media market, but Sierra probably likes it as a better city. It's probably more vacationable for her. They can buy a little place in the mountains where she can stay during the week, and then he can just drive down to Denver, go through practice, go through camp, all that, and then head back up to the mountains, get a little something by the fire and the ice and the snow.
This sounds like a date that you want, my man.
I mean, hell, somebody wants to buy me a house in Denver? Yeah, sure.
You 1-2 step your ass over there as well. But what we have now is another quarterback that found his way out of town. I'm not sure. How do I phrase this? you got to phrase this carefully because someone's going to come at you and be like, what do you mean? It's like, has Russell Wilson panned out from what at the start of his career? Obviously, he's overexceeded expectations of what he was supposed to be. He wasn't even supposed to be the starter. Remember, it was supposed to be Flynn at the time. He beat him out in Campington. The rest is all history, him and the good hair, right? But after the Legion of Boom, right? After that whole thing broke up and then Lynch was gone and the interception, the infamous play call that everyone says, why don't you just run it with beast mode? We all know what happened in that Super Bowl. We were all watching. Has he been the guy that you wanted him, that you expect him to be? Is Russell Wilson still that guy? Because we're hearing the sources are saying a blockbuster deal. They haven't said exactly how yet, and you know that's going to break probably while we're on air, but we're hearing multiple first-round picks, multiple second-round picks, and other assets. Is that still the price for Russell Wilson?
I mean, part of me says yes, because that's, it's the price of what somebody's willing to pay. And we talked about this yesterday with the weak-ass offer that was rumored that the Broncos wanted to offer for Aaron Rodgers. And we sat there and we said, this resets the entire trade market because quarterbacks don't go for 3 picks total and you call it good. That doesn't matter. Now, if this, it looks like, let me check what Schefter has now. Let's see.
TD Pookie
He's going
says
through all
Watson
of this.
to the Seahawks.
Right.
Is Watson's window getting smaller? Not even to get off of what you're saying, because there's about to be breaking more as we get into it, but we know it's multiple first-round picks for sure.
Yeah. They get Shelby Harris from the Denver D-line, Andrew Locke, and then multiple picks. He hasn't stated what picks, but multiple picks. This is going to reset everything that we were just talking about yesterday. Now you've got a Deshaun Watson who is a head case, so he's not going to go for as much because, legal trouble, and he hasn't proven nearly what Russell Wilson has. But we were talking yesterday about a guy like Aaron Rodgers only going for 3 picks. That ain't happening anymore. If you want a top-tier quarterback, a quarterback that's been to a Super Bowl, both of these guys that we've talked about have won a Super Bowl. But if you want a guy who's even been, you are paying out the ass. And if you have one of those quarterbacks and you're okay with just going, hey, man, yeah, go ahead. You are raking in, and your rebuild takes steroids immediately because you're getting so much in return for him. So,
and he puts butts in seats
he
right
does.
now. Every Bronco fan just went and looked at, are my season tickets? People that don't even have season tickets that ended up, hold on. Drew Lock's gone. No more of the Teddy Ditchwater days from back. How far do you have to go? You got to keep going back and back and back and back through all these Elway experiences and experiments, right? All these ones, that Paxton Lynch experiment. You have to go through all these experiments and go back to Peyton Manning. That's the last time that they had somebody. You have to backtrack through all these guys from Locke all the way back. Paxton Lynch, all these guys that supposedly the front office was a quarterback whisperer because he happens to be one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, right? So all of a sudden now it's like, yeah, he knows talent. Well, instead of that, they went and grabbed talent. Would you take Russell Wilson right now if you were the Broncos giving up all this? What's the window for Russell Wilson? How old is Russell Wilson exactly right now? What's the window for Russell Wilson and the Broncos to win it now? At what point did the Broncos realize, all right, Rodgers is not coming here? That had to have been weeks back because it's been a few weeks. They said that these negotiations have been going on. So they obviously pulled back and said, you know what, screw this. Let's get Wilson. He obviously wants a new home. We can find him here.
He's sitting at 33 right now. He'll be 34 during this season. So he's still got, you're looking at a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers that they were rumored to be in on. You just dropped 6-7 years of a guy's age. And yes, he's gotten knocked around. He's not as big, but he has proven that he can be a durable quarterback. You still got at least, if you're willing to pay him 5 years with him being a top quarterback, as long as you put the right pieces around him, as long as you give him an O-line, which Seattle neglected to do the last couple of years, if you give him some protection up on his line, you've got good Russell. I think you can at least, if over the next 5 years, I think he'll still be in the conversation to be in that top tier at least 3 of those 5 years.
Aggie Milkman, there's a couple good things going down here. Hey, salute. Alan Denson, thanks for joining us. Always one team also in the house. All right, so which team would you rather be on? Because it's not like Wilson didn't have weapons. right? It's not like DK and Lockett. You telling me DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett aren't weapons? That's hell of a weapons, right? One. Yeah, he's getting hellified weapons over here with Sutton and Judy, and he's got a Noah Fan. He's got I guess 2 guys in the backfield that they can't really figure out. A badass defense that he gets in Denver, a defense that keeps getting put in bad spots with bad quarterbacks on short fields. Okay, I get it. But what's the market now? Because we talk about, I said, man, is he worth it? You said it clearly. You answered it quick. It's worth it if somebody's buying it. What are those Jordans worth? Then we've heard by these years that those Jordans are easy to make and they're cheap and they don't even pay people for the labor, right? We know that, right? The labor's real cheap. So that Jordan, but the market is at what we Jordan heads buy that shit at, right? So all of a sudden, and then the resellers, they set a market because somebody buys it at that price. So now that the market is getting reset, and we're going to get into another reset, I know you're thinking, well, why do you start over with this? We're going to get into the other one. But now that the market's reset, what's the market for Watson? If this is getting multiple first-round picks at this age, or is it more he's won a Super Bowl? What is it here? Who would you take right now?
I'm trying to think of a quarterback I would put on that level that would be worth a trade at that point. And I mean, you would never, Kansas City would be dumb to trade Patrick Mahomes at this age. Because you've got to draw a line, because there's certain quarterbacks where they still have plenty of years left in the tank. I'm not counting Rodgers because Rodgers is so old. But you got to look at other guys who have been to a Super Bowl, who have just been to a Super Bowl, who are young enough that you go, you know what? He's got the maturity, he's got the experience, he's been to a Super Bowl, but he's also not so old that I'm only getting 1.5 years, 2 years out of him before I have to worry about him.
731's on the line. Who do we got? Where are you calling from?
Bob, Tennessee. How you doing?
Bob, calling from Tennessee. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. How do you feel about this Russell Wilson trade, man? Do you think the Broncos are immediate contenders? I'm not going to say favorites, but are they a top 5 team now to bet on, if you think?
Well, as a Rams fan, I'm glad that he's gone, and hopefully Denver can get back to the playoffs. I mean, every now and then it would be nice to see a different team get in and see what they're about.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Now let me ask you this before we even get to the Rodgers situation. How do you feel about Rodgers at that age getting paid $200 million 4 years at this age? Do you agree with what the Packers do, or do you think that there was a move, like a desperate move, like please don't leave, baby, we'll give you everything?
Well, I think they were desperate. The quarterback. Now I think it all comes down to whether or not their receiver stays or goes.
Gotcha. Anything else I could do for you, Bob? You calling in for just a talk, or you calling in for some trivia? What you calling in for?
Whatever, sir. I saw, and I'm a big supporter. So
I appreciate the hell out of that, Bob. I like that answer. You hear that? Bob called in just to support. I appreciate you, Bob. Thanks for supporting the show, my man. And I appreciate everything from all you guys. Please call in. You see how that is? We're trying to run a real show here. Instant reactions. Where else do you get instant reactions? You really get instant reactions like that from anywhere else, where you can just call in right now and just, if you want to curse your ass off, if you want to just bitch about something, hey, this is the spot for you, because this is what happens here on All Takes. 281-522-6336. Russell Wilson in the good hair has found his way out of the division. Like he said it, as a Rams fan, good to see him gone. All right, now what happens with the Seahawks? We're seeing that TD Pookie threw out a great idea. Now we're seeing the window for Watson get smaller and smaller. Also, that window is getting smaller for the Texans, because obviously it has to be a place that, with the no trade clause, that he likes as well. Okay, so now all of a sudden Watson's window's getting smaller. Do you think Watson's looking at Seattle? Do you think he's looking over there, looking at an old lineman from the Texans and say, yeah, I could go there?
I think it's a possibility, but at the same time, after making that trade, I don't know if Seattle's willing to just turn around and throw a bunch of that back out the window to get Deshaun Watson, because I feel like Pete Carroll and they understand, hey, we're a little bit away. Like, they're taking Drew Lock in the trade. They know that Drew Lock can't play. They'd have to be dumb to think he's going to end up taking them to the promised land, unless they've seen something in Drew Lock that I haven't seen watching him play. Drew Lock Drew Lock looks like a serviceable backup.
Nah, I'm not.
He's not a top-tier quarterback. He won't ever be a top-tier quarterback. I don't think that they're willing. I think they might be grabbing Drew Lock and going, all right, we've got picks. We're going to reload. We'll take a couple of bad seasons. We'll reload a whole bunch of draft picks. Every time a big name comes up, we've got a couple of guys left on the roster. We'll sell them off next year, get even more picks. Give us 5 years. We're back in the hunt.
Let's bring in 713. 713, who are we talking to? Yo, you're on
Hello?
Our Takes. Hey, who's on the line?
Say, man, it's Lamont, man.
Hey, Lamont.
What's up, Lamont?
What's going on, Lamont? I just tagged Lamont. Lamont, how the hell? I wanted to get you on the show. Now another crybaby gets his way out of town. We talk about this on Moneyline all the time. Fuck it. Russell Wilson's bitch ass found his way out of town. Now he's worth, I'm hearing, what is this? 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, a 5th rounder, Locke, Harris, and a tight end Fent. So my question to you is, if that's the case, who would you rather have, Wilson or your man Deshaun Watson?
Man, get that punk out of my city, Deshaun Watson. I don't want Wilson either because he got a little age on him. However, if it came down to it, I'd take his ass. I'd take his ass over Deshaun Watson, man. But I did want to talk about. I want to talk about Wilson and how many different storylines it is. You got the Dwayne. The funny thing is Dwayne Brown. You back on a crappy team again. Now you also got the Denver Broncos, possibly, if they make it to the Super Bowl, going to be playing in Las Vegas, where the Raiders are at. And then I'm wondering, with the Broncos, with Seattle, are they coming? Because I do think they're going to end up eventually talking to the Texans. Could they be possibly loading up all these picks to deal with the Texans, or are they coming to the Texans to get that 3rd-round pick to go get them a quarterback in a draft?
I'm with you right there, Lamont. I think exactly that's what's going on. I just talked about it right before you called, that window's getting smaller and smaller for both Watson and the Texans, because Watson's got to go to the team. Why Watson don't want to go play with DK Metcalf? Does he want to go play with Lockett? You damn right he does. So why the hell he's not want to go over there? Maybe they'd use all these picks and just, y'all take these picks, Texans. Let's make a move and give us Watson. I believe that's the move that's going to go down here, man. I'm with you, bro.
And the last thing, man, I want to say that Wilson was one of the few players in the NFL right now that also has a no trade. Correct?
Yep, he is one of, I think, 4 right now.
With these crybaby,
Yeah.
we can't. As businessmen, you can't just give these crybaby quarterbacks the leverage anymore, right? You seeing these guys say, man, now, like, okay, say the Seahawks don't get Watson. How did Russell Wilson leave that franchise? You see what I'm saying? It's like he left it. Was it worth it? I guess that, yeah. Anytime you can get a Super Bowl multiple times and you're getting there, yeah, it was worth it. But at the end of the day, now they're cold and dry. And now you could call it. They got what, Geno Smith back there? Fuck.
Yeah. Watson, Kyler Murray, and Wilson, they remind me of Red from Friday, running to his car crying.
My grandmama brought me that chain.
Yeah, that's all I got, fellas.
I appreciate you calling
Take
in.
it easy, Lamont.
Hey, man, I'm telling y'all, man, I like these instant reactions. The phone line's open for everyone, 281-522-6336. What the hell is going on here? Did Wilson, I wasn't expecting we were going to talk Wilson for the first 20 minutes of the show, because we got to get into the other move here. Let's get into today's topics, and we're going to get into, because when we were getting with the topics, the Rodgers situation. Rodgers gets his way. Baby. Another crybaby, 4 years, 200.
Pay that man his money.
Pay him his money. In crypto, dollars, pesos, whatever. 200 million for the old man. So these, we talk about setting markets. And now all of a sudden, now you've got a 40-year-old guy going into, he's going to be in his 40s getting paid $50 million a year. Now, I like how his boy Pat McAfee tries to, man, it was a team-friendly deal. Yeah, up front. So they could, yeah. You think he wants to play with dog shit? He still thinks, man, hold on. Y'all gonna give me this money too, but we gotta figure out. We gotta approach this in a different way. We gotta figure out a way where I can still get talent for the front end of these years. I could probably bring you a Super Bowl if you keep this talent. Maybe add a little something. Keep what we got now. We were just fine. I believe we came up just short. I can feel. Just let me stay where we are now. Let my offensive line get healthy. I'll be all right. Just pay me the back on the back end. Okay, cool. That's what he's doing. At one time or another, the Packers are going to be screwed out of this. They're going to have a 40-year-old quarterback with who knows what happens with Adams. Franchise tagging him, I'm hearing.
I mean, this is the problem. So over the cap hasn't updated yet, probably because paperwork hasn't been signed and all that stuff. But as of right now, they were already set to be $26 million over the cap. And Aaron Rodgers has been bitching that you haven't put enough guys around me to go and win a Super Bowl. I don't know what he thinks that they will do. And I said this a couple weeks ago. If I'm Brighton Gutekunst, I'm sitting Aaron Rodgers down. I'm giving him the books and saying, okay, what salaries are we cutting to pay you what you think you deserve? Let's look at this, because you want to build a team, but you want me to pull money out of a salary cap that, guess what? It exists. I have to stay under that salary cap, period, the end. This isn't baseball. This isn't a luxury tax in the NBA. This is a hard cap. If we are not under this cap, we don't play. We don't win. We cannot hoist a trophy. So you got to go. Let's go, Aaron. You want to write your check. Put what you think down at the top, and we'll sit with our cap guy, and you can just say how much you want to pay all these guys, and then you get to call in all these guys. You get to call in Devontae Adams and go, hey, by the way, we can only afford to give you $2 million next year.
Tay,
and you see what he says.
Tay, sit down.
Now, we did get word from Aaron Rodgers. Actually, I heard this was a phone call that he had between him and Devontae Adams.
Sorry, Pete. I know we're kin, but they got this depression on. How I got to do for me and mine?
He got to do for he and his, because this economy is in the shitter.
Now 150, what is that? 3 million is guaranteed. Okay, let's think about that though. So where do you go from here? Because Tay still, I mean, unfortunate, but unfortunate that he has one of the best receivers, arguably, in the league. That's a part of the success here. Unfortunately, their time is coming up where they both got to get paid around the same time, right? Rodgers still had 1 year, but he's trying to look for security. So at this point, you ask yourself, where does this team go? What's the window for the Packers? It's real small. Many are saying, man, if it guarantees them a Super Bowl, when can you secure back-to-back MVP? When in the history you're going to have a back-to-back MVP piss like this? Many have said that. I say, man, maybe in the history it hasn't happened, but now that we're seeing the new evolution of the way NFL is and these crybabies getting their way, you're going to see this again another time. Nothing's off the table now. If two-time MVPs are saying, man, I'll leave. Boy's playing in the jungle. That boy's playing in the jungle last preseason, or offseason, excuse me. Last offseason, he's out there taking pictures in the jungle. Boy's playing acoustic guitars, came back looking like Zelda with long-ass hair. This motherfucker comes back and gets another MVP after coming and having the whole COVID thing go down. Like, man, whatever. I don't give a damn. After the toe, I don't give a damn. Give me that. Give me another MVP. And then now he gets his way when he says, man, I'll burn out of this damn thing. I want more money than Patrick Mahomes. You know, they ran to the computer real quick. How much is Mahomes? 45 million. How much is this son of a bitch asking for? They're like, well, it starts at 50. And he wants longevity. He wants security. So how many years? 2 years at 50? 4 years? 4 years at 50? 200 million for You see, though, there's one key ingredient to this gumbo of money that we're throwing in, right? What's the key ingredient? When these guys get old, Brady, now that same thing that Aaron talked about on that board, that they said, all right, this is the money you get. These are the guys you got to call. And then all of a sudden they drop the Drake. And then it's like Tom Brady's picture. And they're like, the Tom Brady blueprint. Get paid low. Let your people around you get paid. Win Super Bowls. And then he drops it again. Old Brady. He got paid at the Buccaneers, and they still built around him. They went all in, and he got a Super Bowl anyways. Pay me, bitches. Hell y'all talking about? Exactly where we're at right now.
And I'm curious, I'm trying to figure this out, how much Tom Brady took away in bonuses from Super Bowl wins, because nobody's going to win that many Super Bowls like that. And he made a lot of his money off of bonus numbers and stuff like that. But yes, Pookie has it right. He showed the entire league you can be the number one quarterback in the league, and you can give your team flexibility to get people around you, but you got to put a little bit of your ego to the side. Now, fair enough, Giselle is worth more money than he is. So he married well. And Bridget Moynihan was, she's got damn good money too before, they broke up. So this isn't a, some of these guys,
How
they
much
have
is Sierra
average
worth?
Oh, Sierra's net worth. I think we did this the other day. Let me see real quick.
How much is Sierra worth? How much is Russ worth?
Let's see.
Right now, before he looks it up, Twitch, who's worth more? Russ 1, Sierra 2. Russ 1, Twitch, Sierra 2. Who's worth more before he announces it? Just guessing. Now, don't go look it up. Sierra probably worth just as much as Wilson, TD Pookie. 1 or 2? 2? Crystal, hey, before we even get past it, subscribe for
yeah,
Crystal.
shout out to Crystal for that.
Yeah, anytime somebody subscribes, just stop me in my tracks. Hit some kind of, we need a drop for the subscribers. Something, boom, just thank you so much, though. Everyone that subscribes, everyone that sends bits, all of that. At the end of the day, I gotta keep my producer happy. So anything that you guys donate and tip to the show, promise you it's going to go to a good cause.
So 1 was Russ, 2 was Sierra? That what you said?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is a pretty even split here in the chat. Now, are you guys ready to actually hear this?
Drum roll, we got one?
Yeah, give me a sec. Oh, my God. Good Lord. Like, I don't know if you're ready for this because this is going to start. Russell Wilson is over $100 million higher in net worth than Sierra. Russell Wilson's net worth is at $135 million. Sierra's is at $20 million compared to Russell Wilson. Now, she's got songs. This is the best part. I had a professor in college teach me this. If you can write a song, if you can put your name on a song as a songwriter, not the performer, if you go in there with the songwriter who actually did, and all these pop stars, they do it. Somebody writes their songs. But if you can sit in there with them for 30 minutes and add 3 notes, they have to put your name on the songwriting credit. Songs never die. There will be another person who comes along and finds that song. And he always told us, write a Christmas song. A Christmas song, you get a whole new audience every year. A whole bunch of kids who turn 18 who go, I want that song.
Mariah's are going to get paid from that song for a year.
And she's got writing credit on that song.
You damn right. Every time.
So, the thing is, she will make money in the long term, but his current net worth, way higher than hers.
It's funny here because everyone says, basically, funny, first Virginia Button, we says pours. Like when you hear, how much do you make as a...
only $20 million.
How much does your household make? You're like... You even try to up it up when you're trying to apply for like a credit card. They're like, how much does your household make? It's been a rough few years. Let's add 14 grand, right? Now all of a sudden you go right here, and Chris was calling him broke ass hoe, laughing out loud. Goodness, 20 million.
I mean,
I thought she sold a. I guess she ain't even up there.
She's not. But at the same time, we got to stop acting like $20 million isn't 4, 5, 6 generations of your family. Well,
nowadays that's where we're living at, where now 20 million seems like, man, it's like crazy. The other day I was talking with my wife about it, and we were asking who's got more money, Dolly Parton or Reba.
Dolly, she's written more songs.
Dolly Parton 1 or Reba 2? Dolly 1, Reba 2. Who's got more money?
Do you know the answer?
Yeah, Dolly 1, but look it up and just. Because it's won by, there's some record, like they break it down different ways. Dolly won, a bunch of Dollies just smokes her. Dolly by a mile. Okay. This is going to be a 2-part question because this is the way I looked it up with my wife. We were like, okay. So Dolly is worth how much? Give him the number. yeah. Watch this.
So all of this.
We got a couple of 2s in the house.
When you Google this, there's a couple of websites that come up. The one I've always trusted my entire career with Fred and AJ, everything, was celebritynetworth.com. They look at a lot of different things, and they're usually within just a couple million when they are wrong. Dolly Parton is listed at $650 million net worth. She's over halfway to $1 billion net worth.
Lamont says Dolly owns an amusement
yeah, she does.
park.
And that's another thing that I factored in because she owns her own. She owns Dollywood,
right,
which is out in East Tennessee.
So Virginia Buttonweed's on fire today. Say Reba was in Tremors though. She's getting that Tremors money.
Reba was in Tremors. She's had 3 different TV shows.
Oh, Reba.
She owns an actual farm.
Okay,
Like-
so who's made more money? Garth or Dolly?
Oh, by the way, Reba doesn't win. Reba got her ass smoked by Dolly. She's at $95 million.
Okay, so now when you
So
talk about
she's-
Garth,
Brooks versus
Dolly, one for Dolly for the fans are still sticking with Dolly, or does Garth outdo her? 2 for Garth.
She did. Virginia Budwing. She wrote "I Will Always Love You," and Whitney Houston when she did that for the wasn't the Guardian.
2. B.
What was
Hannon
it?
comes out 2 real quick. Bam, he threw out his cards. You said 2.
He thinks Garth Brooks is worth more than Dolly. Okay.
This is the hole I went down right here. This is the rabbit hole. I was like, all right, well, let's figure out who's got more paper this way. Garth. All right, Dolly, Garth. We got a lot more Dollys. All right, how much is
remember,
Garth?
Dolly's worth $650 million.
Okay, how much we got?
Garth is worth $400 million.
Damn, not even Garth.
The bodyguard, yeah, not the Guardian, the bodyguard. That's the damn.
How much was Prince worth?
Ooh. Well, see, you gotta get another thing you gotta remember. Prince wrote every freaking song on the radio for 30 years.
Exactly why we got to throw out big names here. And I know the Jay-Z and we could throw those in, but let's talk about others. All right, let's.
$200 million. Still a third of Dolly Parton.
That goes to, yo, if we're talking money, just go ahead, just think about the names we've thrown out there. And Dolly's still punching them with the breast to say, pow, back up, boys. Pow, back up, boys. I'm on another level. She's on another level. I need Dolly money.
Yeah, we all do. I mean, good for her. International Women's Day today. Congrats, Dolly. You make that paper.
All right, here we go.
Make that paper.
It's halftime. If you want to, again, if you're new to the show, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. All 35 of you and every one of you hanging out on YouTube. My man Castillo hanging out. If you want to get over to Marbles, what's at stake here? I'm taking someone to Vegas next year with me. You're going to get a free March Madness bracket. All right, you're going to get free March Madness. What do you do with that? It's free. You just plug in who you think is going to win in March Madness. We're going to get the best score. That person, I'm going to give the airfare to Vegas and the party pass to get into me wherever I'm throwing a party at next year. I'm leaving. That's why we're only doing a show to Wednesday. I'm leaving next week. I'll be going all next week to Vegas throwing a party there. So next year, you'll get to join me, and that'll be all on the house just for winning games of marbles. Aaron's going to give you the details of how many people are going to win today and how we're going to do it. If you're new to the show, listen up real carefully, and he's going to tell you how to get in. It's free. We'll be right back. This is Odd Takes. Don't go anywhere.
All right, guys. You guys want to play marbles? Let's see. I already got this race triggered up and everything. All right. Let's hit this thing, get going. And as soon as it pops up, all right, exclamation point play. Why the hell is it so far away? Exclamation point play, you got 60 seconds to get your marble in there. 60 seconds. Hey, I know you're over there on YouTube. Jump your ass over to Twitch. Get in here, Castillo. If you're out of the room just listening, run your ass back to your keyboard. Exclamation point play in the chat. And I got you 40 seconds left. And then we're going to go. And I'll remember this time to announce how many winners are getting brackets before we start. $20 seconds left. Yeah, Pookie, you're right. I'd probably do it too. If not because they're fun, but just for the story too. All right. We've got what? 20. We got 22 of you guys. So I will take we'll take 4 winners this time. We'll take first and second. We'll take first, second, 14th, and 20th. First, second, 14th, 20th. Let me write that down because I'm gonna forget those damn numbers. 1, 2, 14, 20. Okay. Now, let's hit this race. All right. We got our giant Plinko board of death to start it off. Seamont's in first. Skinny Money battling it out there. Ooh, everybody's splitting off. That looks like an aircraft carrier, isn't it? Oh, I guess it's an airport because those are the... Ah, so you're going down the... It's called taking flight. Let's see how many of you will end up flying off the track here while you're taking flight. Let's see. Skinny Money still in first. Game Time's not too far behind. See, Skinny Money out there in first. Ooh, almost going over the edge. Game Time's in second. Seamont's in third. Form's in fourth. Ooh, Game Time got stuck behind the little thing. Skinny Money's just now rolling down this, what do we call it? A tarmac? Runway? Whatever you want to call it. Pookie's in second now. Steven the Weather Guy. What's up, Steven? Nice of you to join us today. Crystal's in fourth. Carlos is in fifth. Skinny Money's, oh, hit the runway and flies. Pookie just, wow. Pookie flew. Pookie hit that runway and just took off. And Joel Hernandez is out there first place. Ooh, Steven the Weather Guy's putting out a race for it too. Joel and Steven battling back and forth. Pookie's up there. Damn, we got enough little twists and turns here to see who actually makes it down and doesn't fall off. Joel Hernandez and Steven the Weather Guy stay first and second. Nicely done. Now let me look at what numbers I wrote down again, because I told you I'd forget. Fucking forgot. You ever forget? Happened to me. First, second, 14th, and 20th. Once these last couple get in here. All right, let's take a look at the final results. So, Joel, you get an extra bracket. Steven, get an extra bracket. I said 14. Ooh, You Suck Too gets another bracket. Way to go, Bill O'Brien. And Aggie Milkman came in 20th. Dang, look at that. So, see, you don't have to pray for your thing to fall off the edge of the map to end up getting one. All right, guys, we'll be right back here in just a second.
Welcome back You know what time it is. Marbleheads Court is in session. It's Odd Takes Court here on Odd Takes on a Wednesday. A little bit smaller. It's 281-522-6336. If you want to get in on any time throughout the show, remember the trivia is open as well. We had my man Lamont call in. I'm feeling good. We got a lot of, we got Crystals dropping out bits. Who else is got? I got to give shout out to everyone that's giving out. Virginia Buttonweed gave out bits. I think Virginia Buttonweed's giving out subs. It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Go ahead, bits. It's a gang. Ain't nothing but
Gifting
a gangsta
subs,
party.
giving out bits.
Boom, boom.
Damn, we're gonna be close to that hype train thing that Barry likes to do so often.
Keep those bits going. Let's get our own little hype train going. First ever hype train. Either way, you know what time it is. It's Odd Takes Court because a lot of craziness has been going on here, and we're gonna get into Odd Takes Court and what should happen with these people. So let's start right there. Odd Takes Court. This I just saw on the news, and let them know what the headline reads because I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, so there's something called the wobbly wheel scheme. So what happens is, and I've read enough of this on social media, Reddit, all that crap. Apparently, guys and groups have now decided the best way to target young innocent people, especially women that are driving alone, is to reach out the window and point and go, "Hey, your wheel's wobbly. It looks like it's going to come off. Hey, pull over. I know how to change the tire. I'll fix it for you. I'll tighten it down." And when they do that, when you pull over for a group of strangers or a strange guy, he immediately carjacks you or just robs your ass and takes off and leaving you on the side of the road. So this has been happening for years, that this has been reported on Reddit. People, take pictures of them, take snapshot of their license plate and send it off to HPD. It looks like HPD finally caught the head of one of these rings that does this wobbly wheel scam and tries to fuck people over on the side of the road.
First, I didn't know about the wobbly wheel. So let me ask you guys, what do you guys do right now? I want to know all the Odd Squad. So you're riding down the freeway. Motherfucker rolls down this window and he's like, "Hey, your wheel's wobbly." So yeah, sometimes you've done something or you left your gas cap open, right? And you're like, "Oh," so you pull over. What do you go from there? Dude jumps out and all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, man, I've seen this problem. I actually got the tool to fix it now." Right then and there, it's like alert, hustler, alert, right? Where the hell do you just go off for? Damn, you happen to have the tool? Yeah, just go ahead and help me out. This is a family going around. A family of them is getting in trouble for this, and they're in big ass trouble. The hell, man? I just don't see myself. And shout out to everyone. Virginia Buttonweed just dropping bits. Day One Donna dropping bits. Appreciate you guys so much showing up, dropping some love. To be honest with you, I wasn't even planning at this, but we haven't even started on what were they thinking, and that's the main course today. And now I'm up in court right now, so I don't know. If it's up to me, I say we go. We're only doing 3 shows this week, right? So today and tomorrow is our last day. I say we give them an extra 20, 30 minutes today. Let's go.
Easily.
Let's go
Easily.
30 minutes today just for the Odd Squad and all the new people listening. My man Lamont came and kicked it with us. I never seen him in here. I tell you, this is the way we do it every single weekday, 1 to 2, and today to 2:30. Let's rock this thing. What do you guys think? I'm busting this dude right. I'm right in there when he tells me my wheel's wobbly. Okay, fool, I'll go get it looked at. Thank you for the free diagnostics. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Good game. What do you give them? Good game. That's it.
Yeah, and this is the funny, of course, most of the time they're not going to do it to men because men just, nature, they're not as much of a prey. Luckily, I worked at Discount Tire, so somebody said that to me, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll take care of it." Luckily, I know what it feels like when your wheel is coming off because I worked at Discount Tire. I know how it feels when you have a loose wheel bouncing around.
Are you even stopping, though? Because most people are saying they're not even stopping. Like,
no,
if somebody rolls their window down, they're like, "Hey, the window's down." Because usually when it's your gas, you left your gas cap open, you kind of look in the rear view and you're like, "Oh, hell." But it's not a life and death situation, right? You're like, "Man, I'll get to that when I get to wherever my destination is." But with something with a wobbly wheel, do you at least wait for him to leave that car? And then you're like, "Man, let me go check it real quick."
So Donna's got the right idea. She says she pulls into the police station. If you're not near a police station, the best thing to do is find the busiest gas station you can find. If you pull up to the first one and there's only one dude pumping gas, pull up to another, keep going until you find another gas station. Now, I'll put this in the chat too, because for the longest time, I worked on a car radio show, and it was something that was told to me. Harris County has a motoring assistance program where if you call them while you're driving, it is run by, I think, either the sheriff's office or HPD or something like that. They will try to get a officer who's closest to your proximity to find you to help you out. Now, you can call them, and I'll put this number in the chat right now. I'll say it right now. It's 713-225-5627. So
it's a government-assisted AAA.
Basically, yeah. And so you could, and the way it was told to me is because they had told me, they said, put this in every female's phone that you know and let them know, and they will send an officer to find you and check on you.
What was the number?
713-225. Here, I'll type it out in the chat too while I'm reading it. 713-225-5627. And it's called the Motoring Assistance Program. They'll come out there. And they will, and the way it was sold to me is that they will come and they will find you, and they'll, like, if you're driving around and you say, hey, somebody keeps telling me something's wrong with my car, but I don't want to pull over because they keep following me, they will come up and
this is what we got pistols for, though, in Texas. This is why we're allowed to carry. You give him one little wag as soon as he's like, hey, pull over. Then you're like, what? You give him one little wag like, it ain't me. Not me.
You got to be careful with that, though, because you get arrested for that, too. Brandishing a firearm, if they actually are, if it turns out that it was an honest person.
You're from this area, though. You remember the gas can man? They even made a Facebook about, there was a gas can man around this area, and this fool was doing it for years. I'm talking about maybe a decade. Okay, this is how long. So he would see him, and you probably got your own gas can man in your neighborhood. This fool would be up at the gas can with a gas can, and he would hit up just pretty much. He would skip every other, exit, and he would get money for years. Eventually, someone would just caught on, and they made a Facebook about him. Well, this fool started getting into, I guess, drugs real bad, right? This fool, if you would walk up, people would, if you saw him, you would take a picture of him and put him on your Facebook, right? The gas can man, so you just know where you spotted him at. This fool was chasing cars down. So if you were at a red light, you waited till it got green because you would take a picture. This fool's I saw him break out a taillight one time, and everyone's like, hold on. And the gas can man would get arrested. Bam, real quick. Bam, gas can man to the jail. All right, let's get to the next person. Hey, man, this show's going to go long as hell. We keep getting caught up. That's the way it goes down here. Check this person out. What would you do here? What are you giving? What kind of punishment are you giving that other person?
Oh, that dude? 25 years minimum. 25 years in high security prison. He's going to bend over and grab his ankles for several decades. Screw that. You're targeting innocent women to rob them because
punishment.
Oh yeah. You're targeting innocent women. See, this is the thing is it's one thing if it's a crime of passion where you catch your dude like banging some other girl and you go off and you shoot your dude, or the opposite way around. You catch your wife cheat, whatever. But this is targeting innocent women like that and getting them to pull over so you can rob them. Get the fuck out of here. Get your ass to jail.
Steven Weather guy, he's with you. He's going death penalty.
I mean, I'm close to it.
All right, don't know death penalty yet because we got more court. We got more people to throw in jail. How about this lady? And we all know one degenerate in our life. I don't know any. Wink. Mom left infant in auto while gambling. And you see this all the time. They go in there and try to hit the slots. Or this lady right here you see pictured, bam. First thing that I knew, she was up to no good. A Nissan Sentra. You're like, Nissan Sentra. I've been with a couple ladies with Nissan Sentras, and they were up to no good. Either way, I kept reading here. When the cops arrived at the lot, they found a child sitting in the car seat alone. After officers were at the scene for 10 minutes, Bianca Lockett, the child's mother, emerged from the arcade. I don't know why they're calling this place an arcade. First off, it's an arcade. It's called Pirates Arcade, the place, but it's 21 and older. Interesting. That's just great. Let's call this an arcade so kids are like, yeah, I can't wait to go to that arcade. Either way, when she comes out, she's like, oh, yeah, I just went in there to grab a friend. My friend was supposed to be in here watching her. Either way, I was just in there for a second. Then they say, no, we've been here for a while. The cops go on to report that the infant had dry poop from poor cleaning, chapped lips, and dried skin.
That's a sign of dehydration. This is wintertime in Florida, and that baby's dehydrated. Think about what would have happened had this happened in July or August.
She's in there hitting the one-armed bandit. Bam, bam. She's in there. I'm hot. She's on there. She got 8 free spins. You know the feeling. Nothing can touch you. You're just looking for a waitress. Give me something to drink. You're like, give me a beer. You got a Bud Light? They're like, no, we got some kind of whiskey. I don't care. You just grab it. You've been in that. You're in the zone. Or you're on the crap table and you're just throwing the dice. You're in the zone. She was in the zone. It doesn't excuse her. Your Honor, what are you going to give her?
Her kids are taken away, all of them. Any ones that she has or might have. They need to be put with a responsible adult who understands that, you know, kids are out there. They are your life when you have them. There is nothing else. Like, unless you've got somebody who's going to watch them that you trust, they are your morning, noon, and night. That's what you have to pay attention to. That's what you have to care about. Doesn't matter if you're tired. They're crying in the middle of the night. You get your ass up. You check on them. They're coughing in the middle of the night. This woman.
They said tired tubes.
I mean, I was close to it.
Y'all are harsh. What do y'all, hey, Twitch, what do we give her? Judge Rabel's.
I'm giving her 10 years.
Judge Rabel's that dude that gives you, he's trying to give you life for a bag of weed. You're like, man.
I've said before, you got a bag of weed. I'm letting you go in my court. I don't care.
It wasn't even good weed. Your Honor. I'm like, I don't give a damn. Throw him in jail. Give him 2 years of probation. Piss test every month. Let's get to the next person that broke a law here. Send her to Huntsville, Stephen. Damn, you trying to send her to Huntsville? They do. Where is it that they still do old school here in Texas? They still got them out there in the stripes, the old school stripes out here. They got them working out in the field. I forget where I was driving. Is it down 59? It's somewhere out there. I remember I seen these boys. I said, damn, these boys out here working like it's Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence in Life. It looked like they were out there in Life. Make her stay in the rust for a while. All right, this guy right here, man, I don't even know what to say about this guy. Read to the people what this guy did.
All right, so we've got Kenneth Clark Carlisle. You got 3 names.
The uncle I never knew.
Yeah, Kenneth Clark Carlisle of Florida. He decided, I mean, I'm not going to give him an excuse, but I think there was some type of drugs or alcohol involved. He decided one day or one night.
You think? Does that look like a man that's ever passed up on a crack rock?
64 years old. He walked up to his next door neighbor's house while completely naked, mind you. He's completely naked. Walked next door to his neighbor's house, and they got one of those little like coffee tables and chairs out on the porch so they can sit there and enjoy a nice sunset with a glass of wine or a bourbon or something like that. Or they can sit there in the morning with a cup of coffee and enjoy the sunrise. No, he decided to sit on that glass table and drop a dookie.
Boy,
all over their glass table while nude on his neighbor's porch.
Deuce. First off, this remind me of a story.
What is wrong with you?
I know a dude that got so drunk, left the party. First off, shouldn't have been drunk driving, right? But pulls up to a house thinking it's his house. Pulls up. For whatever reason, I still ask myself why that house wasn't locked. He just goes and opens the door to a random-ass house, goes in there, and starts cooking. I'm still wondering how the hell he knew where everything's at. He's in that thing drunk, bruh. He eats. The people still don't wake up. He goes to sleep on the couch, just laying there, at which point when he was woken up, they're like, this fool ate. It's like when you leave the cookies for Santa. Well, it wasn't Christmas, and this fool wasn't Santa. This fool was a drunk-ass mother. This fool set out. Imagine that. Like, first off, there's so many elements. I'm like, man, if somebody's in my house cooking in the middle of the night, I'm going to smell it. They said, well, they got a lot of kids that come in and go, and they got some son around that age that comes in from drinking, so they thought it was normal. It was the son that came home. He didn't even later on that morning. This fool went there like at 12 or 1. It's like, what the hell happened? They arrested this boy and took him off. Trespassing. They ended up getting him. I don't know if they ended up getting him for the drunk driving because he wasn't actually behind the wheel, but they knew that he drove there. What the hell is going on? And then this fool's going to go in the house and drop a deuce? What are we giving this guy? Don't throw it. Your Honor, it's his first offense.
That is not his first offense.
His first shitting offense.
Okay.
It's the first time he's dropped the deuce. This man has smoked a lot of crack and stoning some things. Pond.
He's been busted for drunk driving, discharging firearms into a lake.
Whoa.
He's been.
Allegedly.
No, this is on his rap sheet.
Whoa, Your Honor, quit bringing up old. This
man is a menace to society.
Dog.
And not in a good way.
What are we going to give Mr. Wilson here?
Let's see. I'm gonna get a little creative on this one. He's got to, you know what? He's got a 5-year sentence, only 5 years, but his entire sentence is being dragged from prison to prison across the state of Florida and having to clean their toilets, no gloves, just a scrub brush and soap, all by himself. No gloves. He's got to clean every single toilet in the state of Florida in prisons. Just over and over for 5 years. He finishes one prison, you take him to the next one. He gets all the way through them, you get back to the first one again, and he starts again.
By the district here of the Odd Takes and the Odd Squad people in the jury, all present here, put him in. Let's get to the next one. 281-522-6336. Dre just call in. Everyone's telling Dre to call in. Remember, it's a free trivia giveaway. You'll get 2 brackets. Somebody goes, it's almost over with the brackets. 3 brackets if somebody wins the trivia. Not calls in, but calls in and wins the trivia. If you think that you know quite a few things, hey, let's get you going here. What do you do here when the wife shoots through husband's penis with a harpoon after dinner roll? Scroll down. I want you to see the couple. When this is him, this is her. She looks like a menace. Go back up. She looks like a menace. You should have known what was going on. The whole thing was that she was working. She came home, and this boy didn't cook. So she shot that boy. She shot him with a harpoon right in the genital area. Comes back, and she says that she had been working all day. I'll have to read into this because I'm like, she was working doing what? She was expecting rice on the table when she came home. There was no rice on the table. She had been working all day. It says she was working out in the fields. She was, I don't know what kind of field, I forget what exactly she was doing for a living, but she was working out.
She collects sugar cane.
Sugar cane, there you go. She was collecting sugar cane for a living. Comes home, her man's getting fucked up. He's drunk. He's supposed to be cooking. All she wanted was rice. He's been getting drunk with his boys at that. Everyone out there's been in that position, right? You went a little hard, and you're like, man, I ain't cooking nothing. You just passed out. You're like, damn it. You get woken up, just you're half hungover. Your head's just beating. They're like, man, did you bother to cook anything? You're like, nah, I forgot. Shit, I'm hungover. Leave me alone. Well, instead, she pulls out what is a harpoon anyways?
It's like a fishing gun. It's a giant arrow.
I ain't gonna
and
lie.
a gun.
You see me, I acted like I was going to shoot a harpoon. Didn't even know how to shoot it. Bam. She pulled out a harpoon. Bam. This, if you gave all those other people charges, this should be attempted murder.
I mean, yeah. The dude, if you read the full article, he didn't go to the hospital until the very next day. That's what a harpoon looks like.
He went to sleep because he was too drunk.
Yeah. That's what a harpoon looks like. They use them on whales and shit.
Nah. See what I'm
saying?
saying?
It went through his
That's
junk.
attempted murder. We should bring Cain Velasquez out of jail. We'll trade. Let's make a trade for people that are in jail for attempted murder. Give us Cain back. He's innocent. Put her in there. What do you think, Your Honor? What are we giving her?
I'm giving her life. That's look, I understand. You work your ass off out in the sugarcane fields. I'm not going to say that you're not a hard worker. You're putting food on the table for your family. But your man, he probably works too. He wanted to kick back with a couple of boys. You know, he got off a hard night's work. He
Coming
decided,
from
you know
somebody
what?
that
We're gonna
just
have
drank their ass off all week, and you see him, he's trying to justify
he
now.
sat down with the boys and said, you know what, let's have a few couple beers, and then I'll eat dinner with her. I'll come back. We'll drink some beers.
You know
then
what
she
a
tries to
machete
murder
is?
him over that.
Show them machete, because wifey was out there with a damn machete in the sugarcane fields. Wah, wah. And all she wanted was a little fucking rice. And then this fool can't give her nothing. By no means do I condemn getting shot anywhere in this area or anything of that means, but she should have, I don't know, done. He deserves something. Maybe not that. Everyone's just trying to throw the book at her. Life.
I say life.
This is it's attempted murder. Damn
It is.
It's attempted murder. Virginia Buttonweed, subscribe and appreciate it. Skinny Money says he's getting the ads. Hey, anybody that wants to subscribe and not get the ads, there's 2 ways. Obviously, you can just subscribe right now, and you can give some away right there if you go to subscribe. That's one way. Or if you have Amazon Prime, I know every one of you does. Every one of you does, or your wife does. However, go to Amazon Prime, and you can subscribe through our channel through there. Then you won't get no ads, and you'll be helping the community grow. This is what we do. Now let's get, we've been wasting this whole show. Let's get to what were they thinking, because we have plenty to get to here. What were they thinking? And remember, the phone lines are open, 281-522-636. It's already 2 o'clock, and we didn't even start the main part of this show. Are we going over, or are we going to call this quits? Let's get out of here. Turn on the music.
Screw that. We're going over.
Let's get out.
We're going over.
All right, we're going. Shout out to everyone kicking it with us today. We're going to go over. Remember, we only have today and tomorrow, and then the week's over for us, so we appreciate you hanging out. We're going to end it on a good note. We're going to go to Calvin Bidley. We can't go on through this show without getting to what happened, the bombshell that dropped yesterday, and Calvin Bidley, a.k.a. Bidley, because it's Ridley, right? He likes to get down a little bit, and he's been suspended 1 year. What do you think about that? Was that deemed?
So I said the same thing about Brittany Griner gambling in Galveston, or not gambling, her weed in Russia. You know that you can't be gambling on NFL games when you play in the NFL. They make that clear. They tell you that. You can gamble on college games. You can gamble on basketball. You can gamble on baseball. You can go play blackjack. You can play poker. You're gambling on NFL games when they've told you not to. Number one. Number two, you're dumb enough that you're actually opening your own account with a mobile app where they trace everything now?
Yeah.
Are you out of your damn mind?
There's no way you can
Have your homeboy
bet it.
do it. Hey, just go, hey, man, I gave you a card with a $5,000 gift card. Go open up one and put it under your name, and I'm just going to tell you what to gamble. And your ass got busted for it. Dumb.
Here we go. We got Dr. Dre on the line. Get that trivia ready. Everyone's putting him up to the trivia. He thinks he's going to knock it down, and we're going to give him a chance here. Remember, everyone can call in after Dr. Dre, 281-522-6336. What's going on, Dre?
Just kicking it, man. Ball and parlay, my brother. Ball and parlay.
We gon' ball and parlay. We gon' drink and smoke. Hey, everyone knows that's the H-Town anthem. All right, here we go. You ready?
Everybody knows.
Are you ready, Aaron? Here, you pulling something up?
All right.
Put on that music. I think it makes me more intense in here whenever you hit him with something.
All right. Dre, what drink began at Morrison's Drug Store in Waco, Texas in 1885?
Dog, what the hell? Give him a
This is
multiple
easy.
choice.
Morrison's Drug Store in Waco, Texas in 1885. What soft drink was invented there?
Dr. Pepper.
There you go. There you
Nice.
go. I told you that was easy.
Nice.
I told you.
Wow.
Come on. Let's do this.
He gets 3 misses out of the 6. Again, hey, Twitch, don't be cheating, please. Let this man settle up. It's like you're jumping into a fight. Let him handle his own. He's got hands.
I don't need to look.
All right, let's see. Oh no, that's gonna mess up. Okay. How did infamous gangster Al Capone die? Was it A, gunshot wound, B, natural causes, C, syphilis, or D, cancer?
Oh, I want to say it was syphilis.
There you go.
Damn.
Gotta remember that he died of syphilis. His brain went to shit.
Yep, in prison.
Yep. All right, let's see.
I got one. Who is the Greek counterpart to Cupid?
Oh shit.
I don't even know this
Greek
one.
counterpart. Oh, the love goddess. The love goddess, Athena.
It was on that one that you had. Yep. What the hell's going on over here? Dog, we got a genius? We got a baby genius? All right, I'm going to do it like we got a baby genius here.
She's the goddess. It's the goddess of love. Who doesn't know that? Athena.
A man that's never found love,
No,
Dre.
Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of love.
All right, here we go.
Who won the 4th Super Bowl in NFL history? Was it the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Packers, or the Bears?
5, 4, 3, 2,
It
1.
was the Chiefs.
Dog, what the?
We're gonna stop giving him.
We got a baby genius.
We're gonna stop giving him multiple choice now.
This man needs to be donating sperm.
Okay, you should know this. What?
Keep matriculating down the field.
You got two questions left.
What the hell's going on?
What cocktail Or what is the herb used in a mojito?
Oh, mint.
Doug, give him something. He owns this place. Here, I'm shipping this microphone.
Ding, 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 ding.
He's a winner. He gets the extra brackets. Hey, he wins. I mean, what do we do? There's a champion in that. All right, give him was that because he's gonna set a record. I got a feeling no one's. Was that 5 for 5? He needs one more.
I want the
set the record right here, Doug. You got to set the record.
Championship belt, man.
6 for 6 right here. I don't know of anybody in the history of this show. I might die before then. We never know. 6 for 6. Give him the last one. Let's see if he goes 6 for 6.
All right, this is going to be a difficult one. What country was the umbrella invented in?
What country was the umbrella invented in?
5, 4, 3, 2,
it'd be
1.
Great Britain.
That would be China.
China.
They invented everything.
China?
Except for democracy.
Well, there you go. Dre wins. Dre's 5 out of 6 is the record so far. I'm not sure if anyone. I don't even think somebody's hit 3 out of 6 yet. I think we had a 2 out of 6 here was the top. Appreciate you calling in, my man.
Hey man, we see. Hey, got to represent the truck drivers, the real truck drivers. You know what I'm talking about? Not like TDP. Everybody knows his phone number from the Truckers Paradise over there off of Wallaceville. Everybody's got his phone number out of there.
Shots fired. Shots fired up in here. Shots fired.
Damn.
Pow, pow. Shots fired. Appreciate it, Dre. That boy said, I'm out of here. I'm going to drop one. I'm going to drop
He said,
one
I got my brackets. I'm gone.
That boy said, I'm dropping one on Pookie's head. Pookie, you going to let him get away with that, bro? And all the other truck drivers in here. He was a baby genius. What the hell was that? Was that even Dre?
Did I make that too easy?
Was that even Dre?
I think it was too easy. I think we got to dial up. All right, back to Calvin Ridley. Let's talk about this because I want your opinion on it too. Because you guys know how I feel. They tell you not to do it. Don't do it. Yeah, especially when you're an NFL player who has every single NFL player has a group of friends that hangs out with them all the time. You got your hanger-ons. Find the most loyal one, Rich Paul, and give him your money and say, hey, I'm going to text you pics. Hey, I'm going to Snapchat you pics. I'm going to send you what I want you to bet on. And then at the end of the day, whatever I win, I will give you 10% of. That'll be your holding fee to place these bets for me because they won't bet for me. So, if you're going to do something like that.
Now, the reason that they're not saying that it's insider info is because they're tracing the bets that he made, and it was a parlays, 3-way, 5-way, and an 8-way. At which point they said it did involve the Falcons, but it wasn't a single bet. And they're saying if there was insider info, he would have that insider info on all those teams, right? So at this point, he was just basically gambling. That's the theory here. I'm not sure. He says, like, that's the tweet right here. He came out and defended it with, I bet $1,500 total, and I don't have a gambling problem. I'm not sure if that's the way to defend it because I know someone that bet $15 today, and they got a gambling problem probably. So that doesn't justify a damn thing, Calvin. What it justifies is that you didn't give enough of a damn on that particular day to say, you know what, I'm going to get somebody else to do this, or maybe that person wasn't around to refill their account. You've been doing it for a while that way, the right way, and then they weren't around that one day, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to place a few bets. I don't feel like going through all the hoops. I'm tired, or something happened. Everyone's been there. Someone will run your bets, and something goes wrong along the equation. Sometimes money's held up, and you're like, you know what, I ain't doing that no more. I'm opening up my own account. That's what Calvin Ridley did. What were they thinking? They dropped the ball. In other words, think of this. $1,500 bet cost them $10 million in his contract.
Now,
What were you thinking?
I don't think a 1-year suspension is worth it. We could, we're already out of time for the day. We're going to have to blast through the rest of these. We can get in later or tomorrow or next or 2 weeks from now, whether or not it's justified compared to some of the other suspensions we've seen, Ray Rice, Greg Hardy, all those other players that have gotten much more serious things going with them that have gotten suspended. I don't think a 1-year suspension is right, but getting caught doing it, yeah, you deserve some type of suspension. You deserve some type of punishment because they explicitly tell you can't gamble on games for your league.
That's exactly what they tell you. Let's get to the next one. Yeezus Broncos. The Yeezus Broncos. What are they thinking here? Kanye and AB, also known as Antonio Brown, the artist formerly known as, right? Well, they're trying to buy the Broncos, and the Broncos have been up for sale. Whenever you talk about regular rappers, I mean, you don't got that kind of money, but when you're talking about Kanye West type money, yeah, he can go in that $4 billion range that the Broncos are going to be sold for. What do you think about this? Because there's another element. Not only can they it doesn't matter, oh, yeah, I'm going to buy it. All the owners have to agree with it. It's like a fraternity. Like, are we going to let Kanye and AB in? Do you think those owners are ever going to let anything associated with AB into the league as ownership? I mean, come on.
I'm voting yes every time. Yes, yes, yes. If I'm an owner of another NFL team, you want those two head cases at the top of another franchise that you have to compete with? Hell yes, you do. Because guess what? It's a train wreck, so your TV values are going to stay there, but they're never going to field a competitive team because they're going to be too stupid. It's going to be like a giant lifelong Bill O'Brien experiment. I'm emotional. I don't like you. You made me mad. Get off my team. I'm going to trade you for nothing. That's what they would do. It would be slim. That would be just for the pickings. You wait until Kanye's having a bad day. He's off his meds for the day, and you go, hey, by the way, how about you give me 3 first-round picks for my backup kicker? And he'll go, do it.
Give him the Hard Knocks season pass. Every year, it's like, who are we going to have on Hard Knocks this year? Well, let's go.
Screw it.
Let's go to the Broncos.
Let's make it the Kanye AB show.
Now that they got Russell Wilson, imagine him.
Can you imagine AB trying to, I'm part owner, part player, part coach. I'm going to do that.
Kanye comes up on Sierra. I can make you more than that $20 million you're worth, baby. I was listening to Odd Takes, and I know how much you're worth.
He's going to, I could see AB trying to make it like, oh, goddamn. What was the Will Ferrell movie?
Which?
Oh, the basketball one.
Superstar.
No. Oh. One of y'all knows it better than I do. One of y'all knows it off the top of your head right now.
Let's.
Oh God, what is it? Semi-pro.
Semi-pro,
where he's part owner, player, coach, everything. Yeah, that's gonna be AB. Hey, by the way, I'm part owner, so I'm also player. I'm also coach. Oh, I'll be GM too. Like I could see him turning the Broncos into that.
Let's get to the next one here. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? Is James Harden a bad influence? If you look here in this video, you can see a few players from the 76ers. They're already clubbing. Now, don't get me wrong. This is like a club / steakhouse, I guess. Is this bad news, though? Would you want this as a coach, knowing James has a bad rap already, and now you got your young guys? You could catch me in the club.
I mean, it's interesting that we didn't have these kind of videos that I saw. Maybe they weren't as popular because they didn't have somebody like James Harden who gave them a bad name, but we never saw the rest of that. Like, you know, Embiid wasn't taking, Ben Simmons wasn't taking the team out to go do stuff like this. Now, Harden isn't even in this video, but his best friend is, who isn't a player, but is around him at every move that he makes. So this is a bad look if you're James Harden.
It's too early.
If I'm the 76ers, I'm calling him in and I'm saying, you knock this shit off now. You no more of this. I know James Harden likes to party. I know James Harden likes to go out, get on the girls. James Harden's not doing a damn thing the rest of this season. You don't like it? I will kick your ass off my team.
Especially right now when they're having all this success. Like, let this honeymoon wear off. You know, you just got married. Last thing you're doing is going out to the club right when you got married, right? It's the honeymoon stage. You're just being a good guy. You're at the house, the new house y'all just got. You're putting up shit. You got stuff in the at the wedding as wedding gifts. You using all those wedding gifts. Last thing you're doing is like, man, I'm hitting the club. That's what he's doing. I'm hitting the club.
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking? We're gonna go to a classic here that Aaron sent me. And this is a classic, What Were You Thinking? If you never heard this, and credit to TNT, old school clip here, you guys remember this. And if not, what the hell was Shaq thinking?
Education. Yeah, right. Because I told him I didn't want to get a certain vehicle because of the amount of gas I would have to spend. It costs like $80
to fill it up.
And he said, then you said,
when it gets to half, then you put $20, you bring it back to full.
Yeah. But if I keep doing, I would have to stop more often and still spend 80.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Why?
You're complaining about when it gets to 0, you spend 80, right?
When it gets to half, you put 20. Then when it get back to half, you put 20.
Yeah, but I'll keep stopping, putting 20 in, and it'll be 80, the same amount of gas. I'm driving the same amount of gas.
The average human stops once a week for gas, right? With you only work here twice. You would probably have to stop maybe once every 2 weeks. Don't even try it.
This is bordering on
What?
This is bordering on what's closer, the West.
That's a 3-minute clip. We're not going to play the whole thing, but yes, this is, and I'll explain what Shaq was trying to say because he goes on to explain it at some point. Yes, they have to explain to him, by the way, if you go to half a tank and you fill up and it's normally $80, you're spending $40. No, what Shaq is saying is when you get down to half a tank, you fill up half from that. So you put another quarter of a tank in at $20, that gets you 3/4. Then when you get down to half a tank again, you keep putting another $20 in. Everybody's known this guy. Everybody's known this guy that goes, man, I don't want to spend $65 to fill up my truck. I'll put in $15 a week. I'll put in $15 every other day. And you're like, dude, why?
You're wasting time.
You're stopping.
Yeah.
Like, just I have a buddy, a really good friend of mine. We worked at Discount Tire through all those years. We started in 2008. I worked with him through 2010 at Discount Tire. Big, lifted, jacked up truck. It cost him $85 to fill up the tank during those years because that's when gas was not as high as it is now.
$185.
But it was close. And rather than paying the $85 to drive, and his wife lived down here. We lived in Cyprus. He would drive down to Clear Lake every weekend to see her, and he would only stop and put $20 in at a time. He would fill up on the way after leaving the shop. He would fill up on that side of town. He would fill up on this side of town. They would drive around, go out to dinner, all that stuff. Then to get back to town, to the other side of town so he could go back to work, another $20.
And just
instead of just topping off the tank.
And we all know someone like that. Just like we know someone that when they're wrong, if they just keep arguing the point, even though they know they're wrong, and they figure out at one point, like, okay, this might sound ridiculous, and it's multiple people looking at them. You're like, bro, what, are we all idiots? Like, listen to what you just said, and then they keep arguing it. We all know that person. What the hell was Shaq thinking? Let's get to this next. What were they thinking? Boateng, if you're a soccer fan, his wife came out. This is something Aaron sent me here, and I'm not even familiar with his wife, ex-wife to be exact. She's a model. She's still modeling now. Big Instagram star. Old school Kevin Prince Boateng. There's a few Boatengs. There's a Boateng that played on Bayern Munich. Not that guy. It's the Kevin Prince Boateng, the one that was supposed to be a star and ended up getting injured quite a bit. Well, now his ex-wife, Melissa Sada, has come out and said that the reason for his injuries was a lot of sex was going down around that time. And she comes out and says that the sex was wild as hell, and that's why Boateng never lived up to expectations. My question first was, what the hell what was he doing? Jumping off the top rope? Off the top rope. You know, just what the hell was going on that this boy's soccer career came to an end?
I mean,
What the hell kind of sex is this?
I went through her Insta earlier. She says she likes certain things. She likes it rough. She likes it aggressive. I'm not going to say that she told me that I wouldn't be doing it too. But yeah, he sacrificed an entire career for some sex that he didn't even get to have the rest of his life because they broke up. Like, I never looked at how much he made in his playing career. I guarantee he's still got enough money that he's living fine.
Yeah.
He's living large. And
they're divorced now too. So like now she's telling stories. He's got like another wife now.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? How many injuries
is she doing that, or does she want him back? And she's doing it so that wife that he's got now gets all jealous and pissed off and leaves his ass.
Regardless, it's a bad look.
What were you thinking?
If you were one of the teams he played on at that point and you gave him money, this guy doesn't even play ball anymore for that reason. He was always hurt. Like you said, though, he had money and he took off. What were they thinking? The last one here. Check this out and click that link on the bottom. You know, Instagram, some detectives. Check out this video from LeBron leaving the court. And many are saying that it's suspect by the way this young lady touches LeBron.
Okay, I'm snitching.
Is this suspect?
My wife know about this.
Try a different time.
Why that girl right here?
Where the Lakers really competed.
Why that girl right there? Why she touch LeBron's arm? Why you don't see? And he touched hers too. Let me go back one more time.
All right, yeah. See,
touched hers too.
I know you, but from before touch. That's not, and he. and she touched him, he would have turned around. He would have turned around and been like, man, who the hell touched me? I know you touched. Let that play again one more time, man. This is, what do you guys think? This is suspect as hell. He would have stopped. Look, he knew she was there. Look, real.
Let me go back.
Ooh, Duke. Ooh. I don't know what to say. Guilty.
Oh, guilty. Guilty. Because LeBron is not the type. LeBron's the type to literally go out there and talk shit to people during a timeout that are sitting courtside.
If anybody
touches him, he's the first one to jerk around and pull that Ron Artest like, oh, dude, there's no way he doesn't know her. She's got courtside seats to a Laker game. She rubs his arm. He rubs hers. He knows her.
Guilty. The jury has found him guilty on multiple counts.
What were you thinking?
Never put her courtside.
No,
you never put her courtside.
That's where the benches were. Like, you got to put her on the courtside opposite of the benches.
As far away from possible. Put her in a suite. Put her in go to Jeannie Buss and say, hey, which of these companies has a suite that they don't use really? Cool. Then you tell her, hey, bring a couple of your friends. Y'all can go sit in the suite, but you can't be seen around me.
In a home game?
Yeah.
LeBron's being brave, and we were brave to go over for you guys, and we gave you everything we had. We went through what were they thinking? We were going to cut it short, but we had to keep going, especially with Dre breaking records. We had a few callers come in today, a few new callers. My man Bob had called in before, though, but we appreciate all the support, and we hope you guys appreciate us back. We hope that you enjoy everything that we bring you. We try to bring you sports and everything in between with a dose of laughter and a dose of just funnies, man, and going at each other. This is the type of radio I've always wanted to do, and it's only going to get better. We're going to bring in guests here pretty soon, and whenever that gets going, just imagine what that's going to be like with the flavor that we shoot you with, special guests, people that you guys know, and you're going to be so excited what we're going to do. But remember, we only have one show left this week. That's tomorrow, and then we're going to be offering all the rest of this week and next week, and we'll be back that following Monday during March Madness. Once we get down to that Sweet 16, we're going to get into all that. But for now, we got to get out of here. My man Aaron's going to get you guys set up on a marble race. I don't know how many winners there's going to be, but somebody's going to win, and someone's going to go to Vegas, and someone's going to enjoy the flamingo on a flamingo. But now we got to get out of here. Thank you so much. This was a Tuesday on Our Takes. I'm Jerry Bow. Love you so much. Peace.
All right. Let me get this race set up, and then I'll let you guys dial in. And then we'll go raid Barry. How's that? The Splashtastic Sea Venture. This sounds like a bad idea. Exclamation point play in the chat. Let's do it. Let me look at my timer. 1:20 seconds. 1:20 seconds to get your marble in there. All right, 45 seconds to get your marble. If you're in the other room, if you're not playing yet, get your marble in there and let's get this race going. Then we'll go raid Barry. $15 seconds. There's 33 of y'all in this chat room. Only 15 of y'all want to race? Come on now. I'll give you an extra 10. 10 seconds. All right, there's 15 of y'all, so we're only getting 3 winners this time. We're going to take first place, 8th, not 8th. We did 8th already. First place, 5th place, and 10th place. First place, 5th place, 10th place. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Everybody's in the water slide. Let's see. We got forms going down there. Everybody's rolling. Always one team in first place. Castillo's in second. JG's in third. Game Time's all the way down here by himself on his own little ride, on his own little slide. Oh, Jimenez is on the purple slide. Aggie Milkman's on the yellow one. And Aggie Milkman gets stopped in a little waterfall. Aggie Milkman and You Suck just sitting there first and second. Let's find out which one of these slides is faster. Jimenez just chugging along on his own. Game Time in the purple slide together. Dre and JG went flying by in the green slide. Ooh, there they go off the edge. That was a fast one. Aggie Milkman, Dre, You Suck 2, first, second, third. So Aggie Milkman wins first place again. We got Jimenez in 5th and Kloop Patron in 10th. All right. Y'all get the extra brackets this time, and we'll be back again tomorrow. We'll do 2 more races tomorrow. If enough of you guys get people racing, we'll give away even more spots. All right, let's see. Yep, we got Aggie Milkman in 1st, Jimenez in 5th, and Kloop Patron in 10th. Good job, guys. JG didn't finish. He fell off the map. Maybe next time. Other than that, let's go raid Barry on deck. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you guys again tomorrow, 1 o'clock.